Why has it taken 16 months for these politicians now to end up in court?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we are harking back to the extraordinary events of 2017, which led ultimately to the declaration of independence by the then Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont, who then left Spain and is now outside the country and hence avoided trial. Really, this length of time is not actually extraordinary in Spain. Many cases, we've seen corruption cases, for example, which are also quite complex, taking more than 5 years, almost up to 10 years to come to justice. In fact, some of the lawyer, like the lawyer you saw there, some of the lawyers of the accused say that this is actually being rushed, and the idea is to hold a trial, which they say is a political trial, quickly and before possibly elections due to be held in Spain in May, for example, local and European elections. So they're actually saying they haven't even had time to look at all the evidence yet.
The Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, has taken a more conciliatory line with the Catalan separatists than his predecessor, Mariano Rajoy, had. Is that likely to make a difference in the proceedings?
Well, that's right. Pedro Sanchez, on the one hand, speaks a different kind of language. He says he wants to find a political solution, although he rules out what the Catalan leaders actually say they want, which is a free vote on self-determination. But also his position in Parliament is that he relies on the support of Catalan parties to hold together his coalition of a majority. And in fact, his government might fall this week. Now, will it have an influence? Well, it shouldn't have an influence because justice, of course, is meant to be independent. But nothing. Courts are never completely unaffected by what's going on outside. There's been criticism that from the right that this government's own legal representatives have actually reduced the penalties that they're asking for. So there is some sort of toing and froing about this issue. But ultimately, it looks like the Catalan parties are going to vote against Mr. Sanchez in Parliament this week, and we could even have an early election, that might even interrupt the trial itself, which is supposed to last 3 months.
Well, let's very quickly talk about that trial. Who are we likely to hear giving evidence?
Well, the most notable witnesses will be former Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy, and he will be giving evidence to talk about how he imposed direct rule. And obviously, the idea will be that he felt he had to do that. It was almost like a coup d'état on the part of the Catalan government, and he had to send in the security forces and apply direct rule on the region.